Hi, my name is Neil Kemp. I'm the developer of ShaderMap, and today I'm going to be showing you ShaderMap 2. Let's open it up. And from the start screen, we can select color texture, normal map, or displacement map. And we're going to select color texture and open one up. ShaderMap automatically generates a displacement map, and from that displacement map, a normal map, ambient occlusion, and specular map. If we make changes to the displacement map, such as adjusting its brightness and contrast, the effects on the generated maps from it, such as the normal map, ambient occlusion, and specular map, are immediate. And we can see the results here on the cylinder. If we look close, we can see a seam in the texture where it is supposed to be tiled. We can clean this up by selecting the source map and choosing its tile type, and it tiles on vertical and horizontal. That cleans that right up. And if we open the material editor, we can drag the parallax offset shader onto our cylinder and see the results of the displacement map in real time. If we decrease the amount of auto edging on the displacement, which controls the smoothness along the edges of the displacement, we can modify exactly how crisp the displacement appears, and this affects the normals as well. One of the great new features of ShaderMap is the ability to paint normals in real time. And one of the first steps we want to do is to make the material visualizer, which is where we're seeing our 3D models, and pop that out into an external window. And then select our normal map and press the N button to send it into the normal editor. The normal editor has 4 main painting tools. The first is the translating tool, which allows us to modify its tile type as well as its coordinate system. The next is the N brush, which allows us to paint 3D model vectors in real time, and we can also use stroking in stroking mode. Let's decrease the amount of flow interval. And there we go. We can paint directly onto the map, and the results are shown on the material visualizer. Every brush in the N brush is a 3D model. We can rotate any model at any time to change how it paints. You can import your own 3D models and paint them directly to your normal map. The next tool is the vector tool, and that allows us to choose any normal in the tangent space and then paint using a variety of brush shapes. We can take the fourth tool, which is a vector picker, and this will sample any vector normal in the scene so that we can choose that to paint with the V brush, a vector brush. So if I take the edge right here, it looks like it's pointing this direction. I can expand that edge and the effects of that are immediate and shown over here in the material visualizer. And if we accept our changes in the normal editor, this will take us back out to our standard maps interface. You can see the normal map is now locked. A locked map will not be altered when its parent or input is modified. So if I change the displacement map now, adjust its auto edging, that will not affect any locked map. We can send any map to an external editor at any time, whether it's locked or not, by pressing the arrow button on its map control located next to it. That will send it to either Photoshop or GIMP or whatever default image editor you use. You can also set up what individual external editor you want to use on a per map basis in the options and settings. ShaderMap allows you to set up a variety of different map configurations. In the map setup, we can drag and move around where we want our maps to be, as well as choose different kinds of maps to add to the project, such as blending normals or creating a blend from map A and map B. We can create a normal from a displacement map, and we'll just go ahead and create blend map A and map B. And it has chosen a couple of maps, and we can say, let's go ahead and just blend our ambient occlusion with our displacement map. Now this map has been added to the project, and we have a variety of blending modes to choose from. These are standard blending modes. You'll probably recognize a lot of them. Subtract, add, overlay, soft light, hard light. And we can choose the blend intensity, tile it, stretch it, tile fit, and offset it as well. And because every normal map, or any map for that matter, is generated from a different map, we can change its input in real time. I'm going to unlock the normal map and drag its input to the newly blended map, which is generated from the displacement and the ambient occlusion. And this creates a new normal map. The variety of configurations you can create are pretty much endless. The map grid is expandable so that you can add quite a few maps, as many maps as your memory on your computer allows for. There are both 64 and 32-bit versions of this, and it supports both 8-bit and 16-bit maps. We can save any map to file using a variety of file formats, such as Photoshop's PSD file format, the direct draw surface, JPEG, PNG, and on and on. I hope you've enjoyed this introduction to ShaderMap 2. To learn more, please visit shadermap.com and download the free demo.